GS score,
GS score, GS score,
GS score,
GS score,
GS score,
GS score, GS score,
GS score,
GS score,
GS score है, GS score,
GS score,
GS score,
GS score,
GS score,
GS score.
GS score.
Hello everyone. So in this session, we'll look at how to build an approach for public administration optional. I'm Abhishiekh Saxena. So choosing an optional is one of the key decisions that a candidate makes in his or her journey for the UPSC Civil Services Examination. And today we are here to talk about the public administration optional. In public administration, there is a need for a very calibrated yet effective approach to master the subject and score marks in the examination. And today I'm here to give you a brief yet effective lowdown on the aspects that are needed for public administration. So laying a strong foundation for public administration begins with that you have the confidence that you have chosen the right optional. If you have chosen the public administration, it's already half the battle won. But if you are still contemplating that I should choose public administration or not, let me tell you, you should. And I'll tell you why. Because the optional, the relevance of an optional stems from the point of view that is it doable? Are enough resources available for that? Is the right guidance available? And how much return on investment does an optional give you? And this can make or break your game in the examination, because an optional is worth of 500 marks. Let me tell you, public administration is one such optional that can at least make your road towards the success in the UPSC Civil Services Examination a tad bit easier. I'll tell you why. When you look at the optional, the overlapping with the GS, the success rate and the background neutrality that public administration offers is probably the highest. Whether you are an engineer, humanities, arts or science background, it is an optional that goes hand in hand. It is something which I say often is background neutral, because you can easily master this subject in a span of 5 months. Also, choosing public administration gives you a leverage in your general studies, whether it is GS2, GS4 or essay. There is a sizable portion of the administration that is asked, whether it is issues related to governance, ethics related to governance and administration, case studies, or a unique administrative perspective while writing effective essays. Remember, ultimately this examination is about getting into administrative roles. Now, many of times I've been asked this question: what is the right time to start an optional and what are the issues that freshers face? Often freshers come to me with a gamut of issues that we need a scoring optional. Mind you, 300 plus in public administration is possible. Many of the times I'm asked that, oh, is it very lengthy? No, it is not. In 5 months, it covers not just the optional, but gives you impressive insights on major portions of general studies. And hence, it saves a lot of time and effort. and that translates into a high return on investment, right? Background neutrality is something that I have spoken about. Whether you come from any graduation or post graduation, it will help, because generally there is a tendency amongst candidates that what they have done in graduation, they end up choosing similar subjects. It's not a wrong choice, but a university examination and a competitive examination like UPSC Civil Services Examination are completely different ball games. And with an optional that provides you a competitive edge, public administration presents you with immense possibilities. Now, coming to the issues that when should we start the optional? Well, the time is right now. Because when you start the optional in a timely manner, it gives you a great scope of not just mastering the subject, but it also gives you the scope to cultivate skills, that is answer writing and perspective building. So in that sense, if you look, public administration offers you a wealth of scope, and this is the right time to start your optional preparation, because before the next prelims, it will give you sufficient time to value add your resources, to revise, and to practice and develop the skill of answer writing. In this approach to build optional, I'll tell you how through a unique pedagogy, we intend to develop those very skills in the candidates that will end up helping to qualify civil services examination. Mind you, a lot many before you have already done that, and you can do it too. Now, if you look at the myths around public administration, and there are many around practically every optional, but of lately we have seen that public administration is low scoring, there is low selection rate, and it's difficult. No, none of them are true. None of them are true. Our candidates have consistently scored well in public administration, crossing over 270 marks, some reaching 300 plus. And the selection rate myth gets busted by the UPSC annual report. And that is for all of you to check out on the official website of the UPSC. If you'll dive deep into it, you'll find that roughly 7 to 8% candidates every year, roughly 7 to 8% candidate every year are from public administration optional. That makes it amongst the top 5 optionals that we have for UPSC Civil Services Examination. And in that sense, if you look, public administration offers a handsome return, because, and this data I am quoting from the 2021-2022 annual report. To be precise, the figure was around 7.5%. Okay, so every year anybody can get into the top 10 ranks, anybody can top the examination, and there are plethora of factors that are dependent on it, that are based for that ranking. There might be marks in general studies, marks in essay, but public administration has supported consistently 7.5% of the selected candidates, and that is huge. Now, coming to our approach on how we intend to build this optionals foundation for all of you. You see, often the students are confused about the dynamic nature of the UPSC. So our Public Administration Foundation program is precisely designed to checkmate that dynamism. It is completely suited to the changing requirements of the UPSC. The holistic coverage of paper 1 and paper 2 is provided in the span of around 22 to 24 weeks. Now, I often get that there are, some people complete paper 1, they are left out with paper 2, or vice versa. This is something that we pay special attention to, that there is a complete sense of guarantee that the entire syllabus gets covered in a well-rounded manner, and it is not just the syllabus coverage. It is not just the syllabus coverage. It is to make you exam ready. And that is why our program already incorporates the skill part on perspective and answer writing. Because when we write an optional for the UPSC Civil Services Mains Examination, a rudimentary or a generic understanding is not sufficient. You need adequate depth and you need perspective, which are beyond the books. And we strictly adhere that these perspectives, these skills are imbibed by our students. Apart from that, like I said, we get ample time for value addition and answer writing practice, both inside as well as outside the classroom and the scope of the program. How do we do it? The program entails a variety of features and outcomes. The skill development and perspective building is done through the interlinking of dynamic areas. For example, the personnel administration unit of paper 1 and the civil services unit of paper 2. They are very similar. They are highly interrelated. Apart from that also, the unit of organizations is related to union government and administration, state government and administration, and the district government part. That is between the paper 1 and 2. Also, special emphasis is paid on interlinking and perspective building aspect within the same papers as well. Whether you look at the comparative public administration and the development administration. So the manner that we actually take sessions have that integrated approach, that interlinking approach as the very part of its DNA. Hence, you do not feel any challenges while writing the examination, because moving away from a siloized, rote learning, syllabus completion approach, we have actually devised a concept, practice and revision approach, which not only covers the entire syllabus holistically, but it also delivers on the part of handling the dynamic areas. Special emphasis is placed on answer writing as well as dynamic elements like second ARC and current affairs. Friends, public administration is a dynamic optional. You can see it in action around you every day. And the roles that you all are espousing for are administrative roles. So while the theory is important, so is the practice, so that you can quote case studies, you can quote examples, you can link it with the dynamic and the contemporary current aspects. Also, you can handle the current affairs related questions with ease from an optional perspective. Apart from that, regular mentorship and answer writing sessions are held both for offline as well as online students, so that there is no lag, there is no gap, there are no bottlenecks, there are no obstacles in your effective preparation. Apart from the approach to build concepts, make them effective tools of revision and practice, the interlinking part from one step to another plays a very vital role in developing the holistic understanding of the subject as well as its application orientation. And this all makes a recipe for success in the UPSC Civil Services Examination. Mind you, all of this is supplemented by crisp, effective and notes which are in sync with the demands of the examination. These are not just textual material or free-flowing text. These are the notes that will help you to understand subject in a far quicker and in a far better and effective manner. So, achieve your goal of qualifying the UPSC Civil Services with Public Administration Optional and me. I look forward that many of you will be joining this program and finally excelling in the examination. For more details, you can have a look at the description. You can get in touch with me through the official channels of GS Core. So enroll now. Looking forward to having a great learning experience with all of you. Thank you.